What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Today is February 8th, 2026, and this call is for our weekly breakdown to go over the Forex markets and any trades that we are possibly interested in entering this week. This is being recorded for anybody who does not make this call. I will post this video in my YouTube and inside of our Discord community. Point of this call is also to go over our trades and make sure we don't force anything. Let price do its thing and come to us. So let's get this started. Let's just go over Bitcoin really quick. Bitcoin, we were talking about price probably reaching down here and breaking this area. Is currently rejecting it. As you guys can see, is a previous respected area right here. It comes as support, resistance, support. Right now, it is acting as support. I still feel like price is gonna reject up here, work its way back down, and keep going into a deeper retracement. I feel like something like this. So we'll be waiting on that. I think like price is gonna come down to a little bit deeper, like around this area, like the 55,000 mark. When it reaches that area and I get a rejection in there, I will be entering Bitcoin for some long-term investment. I suggest everybody does the same. I feel like definitely Bitcoin is a long-term investment. I feel like Bitcoin is gonna reach 200 to 250,000 per coin in the next 5 years. So this is definitely something that you would want to get into. I'm definitely going to get into it. All right, let's go over our Forex markets. So Euro GBP, we took this trade. Oh, we didn't actually. Oh yeah, we did. We took this trade, I believe, like a week ago. Let me see. Actually, this is the trade that we missed. We missed this trade. We did not enter this trade. Sadly, we missed it. Let's look at price right now. So we'll start off with the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, we are currently bearish. As you guys can see, this was our previous higher high, lower low. We broke it right here, and this became a bearish time frame. Price shifted to the downside, which tells us that the trend is empowered to go to the downside. Let's look at the daily. The daily has shifted bullish. This was our higher high or lower low. Then we broke it right here with the lower low, and this became our higher high right here. We broke, or you can call this whichever one you feel safer with. I will call this one. I don't feel like this is a elbow that's respected. We broke above, so now we are higher on the bullish side, higher high, higher low. So we are bullish on the daily time frame. 4-hour time frame is also bullish. This is our higher high right here, and this is our lower low. So daily and 4-hour would be on the higher bullish side. If we look at this market, it could go pretty much either way. I see market possibly doing a weekly head and shoulder. You guys can see we have the left right here, head. So price could ultimately be doing this, creating a right shoulder to then sell. So we can capitalize on the buys. I would be waiting for price to, let's look at everything else. It's rejecting the realm psychological level. Not the previous structure. Let's look at the daily time frame really quick. Yeah, I like this market for buys this week. I'll be waiting for some retracement on this side right here. Let me see. Yeah. So we'll be looking for some buys in this market. We'll be waiting for price to give us a little rejections here to then go to the upside. We'll be putting our alarms right around here. So when price breaks this threshold. Okay. Let's look at Euro USD. Euro USD. This is the market, the trade that we took last week, and we lost this trade. But we ended up getting in another entry on the same Friday, I believe it was Friday morning, and I ended up making a little quick $1,000. I still feel like this market was in the right direction. I feel like we're still going to buy here. We just got in a little too early, or I just got in a little too early on this trade on my first entry right here, where I got stopped out by like 5 wicks, and then it just went completely the way we wanted it to. So I'll be waiting for price to give me a little rejection. I don't feel like it's going to come all the way down here again, but I do feel like it will give me a little pullback. So I'll be waiting for price to give a little quick pullback to then buy. Definitely still interested in this market. Add my alert right there. Definitely interested. Definitely interested. Let me see. Weekly. Yeah. I would love for this candle to close rejecting this area of interest, and then I'll definitely be even more interested in this trade. Okay, NZD CAD. Bullish here. Bullish daily. 4 hours also bullish. Actually, 4 hour is bearish. What bullish? Yeah, it's bullish. I'm sorry. Broke this over right here. Not interested in this market. Not for this week. Not interested. Just don't like how it has so much strong power. It needs, it needs some pullback for me to be interested in this. Not gonna happen this week. Let's look at EuroCAD. I like this right here. Yep. I like this for some sells right here. I see price coming up here. Keep working its way up. Reject this area, reject this EMA, and then it's going to create this left head, right shoulder. Retest it and give us some sells. I like this market a lot, actually. This is a nice market. Be putting my price alert right here. So yeah, we'll be waiting. If you guys can see on this daily time frame, we have a left head and it's creating this right shoulder. So price is on the way up right now. Should come back all the way up here, reject it, come back down to create that right shoulder of the head and shoulders. Give us a small break of the neckline, a quick retest to then sell. This is gonna take this could probably be ready by Tuesday. So this is a market I'm definitely interested in. Probably my number one for right now. USD CAD. It looks good for some sells, but it's not ready. It's not gonna be ready this week. I would need price to work its way down, break this area of interest, retest to then sell. Not gonna be interested in this week because it's not gonna happen this week. This probably be ready by next week. It's kind of what we did over here. As you guys can see, we wanted price to break, retest, and then sell. It did that already. As you guys can see, we capitalized on this win here. Another sell right here, sell here. Basically, what it did in all these times right here. Look, you guys can see right here. Price broke this area, retested it. You see this wick right here, retested it to then sell. Here, same thing. Price broke this area, retested it, and then it sold. Price broke this area, retested and sold. So now I'll be waiting for price to break this area, retest to then sell. Not gonna happen this week though, like I said. This will be a week a trade that'll be ready for like 2 weeks or a week and a half, a week. NZD USD, very strong, bullish daily, weekly. Let's see this daily candle. Yep. Okay. All right. So I like this trade too for some buys. I would love for this weekly candle. I'm not sure how many days are left on this weekly candle for it to close just like this, which will be rejecting this area. The daily, I would like for it to close this way too, which will be a bullish engulfing daily candle. And I would like for price to maybe come a little bit higher, just a little bit higher, retest to then buy. I already know I'm gonna put the alarm right here, but I'm sure as soon as as price action opens, my alarm's gonna get hit right away. AUDJPY, this is the the trade that scares me, guys. This is the one that I talk about all the time. That I'm dying to get in on this trade. I just want to capitalize off this trade, but it did not respect this previous higher high that it had. It just blew right by it. When previously it touches it, it rejects it. We've talked about this a couple times already. When it gets to this area, rejects it. Gets to this area, rejects. Did not do it this time. Not interested in this at all. At all. I am okay. Reason why I'm not interested, like I told you guys before, there is no previous structure points to go off of. I like to go left, always go left to look back at price, what is done in the previous history, and you could kind of go off that. There's nothing to go off here. We just gotta let the Japanese yen do its thing and see what it ends up doing. Pretty much here too. We had like a little area right here on the 4 hour that we were looking at. It's a little respected area right here, as you guys can see. So every time we're underpriced and we reject the area, it's acting as resistance. So we have resistance point, and when we're above it, it acts as support. So we're kind of looking at this area for retest and then buy, but these are just high risk trades. So I'm just basically just building structure here for the future. So let's say price does work its way back down to this area. Then I'll probably be interested in maybe getting some buys, if it rejects it. This is just for the future. But as of right now, I'm not interested in this. USDJPY, pretty much same thing. We're looking at, we have this area marked off from previous structure point. The only way I'll be interested in entering this, same thing, if it pulls back all the way down here to then look for some buys. If not interested. I don't see it doing it this week. Same thing, GBP, JPY. It kind of did it already. We're looking at price to come right here, reject to then buy. It did it. I just didn't get in on this because it has such a strong bullish candle that I wanted a pullback, which it actually did, as you can see here. I just was not looking at this trade at all. So missed on this. Not upset that I missed on it just because these are high risk trades to me. I feel like price could do anything at this point. Not interested in the JPYs, as you guys already know. Not really interested in the CHFs. Just because of how low they are. I almost got in on this trade last week. I just didn't get in on it because I was already in Euro USD, I believe it was. So I did not enter this trade. Only way I'll be interested in this trade is the same thing. Price comes back to this area and retests this to then buy. I'll leave my alarm there just in case. I'll even mark it up here, but not a high favorable trade for me, I don't like the CHFs. We called this out perfectly last week as well. We wanted price to come back up, retest this area to then sell. Didn't get in on it. Just because it's at the lowest point it's ever been at. Look how low it's the lowest point. These are just trades that I like to mark off, like I said, just like the JPYs, just so I could gather more information for the future, but not very interested in these trades. Not enough rejections in this time or in this zone for me to be interested. Euro NZD. Let's look at this. Crazy drop. You guys can see we had a weekly head and shoulders here. Not the prettiest, but we definitely had one. Left head, right shoulder. Price broke the neckline, which is this neckline right here. Broke it, and we did it. I'm not sure if we got a retracement or not. I can't see at the weekly time frame. I'll go to the lower time frames now to check. But the distinct completely sold. Perfect. This is a beautiful trade right here. We did not enter this. Let's look on the daily. It broke it right here. It's actually perfect because price broke the neckline right here with this candle you guys see right here. Then we had a rejection candle, a whole daily rejection candle. Then this candle retested this neckline and completely sold, bearish engulfing, straight to the downside. Beautiful trade, actually. Sad that we missed out on it. Wasn't even looking at it, to be real. Let's look at this right here. As you guys can see, resistance, 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 support, kind of support, support. Came to this area, rejected it, went back up. This is, let's see this time frame, bearish. Everybody's pretty much bearish here, all the time frames. Wouldn't be surprised if market keeps selling. If this candle closes this way, I'd probably be waiting for a break of this area, retest, and then sell. Not a bad trade. Not a bad trade at all. Let's mark this as a daily area of interest. Yeah, not bad at all, guys. Definitely keeping this in my eyes. GBP NZD. Let me see this real quick. GBP NZD. Crazy bearish move. This is kind of like Euro NZD. I would not be mad. Let me see real quick, the 4 hour. Yeah, I like this too. It's kind of like cousins with Euro NZD. I'll be waiting for price to give me a retracement to then sell. And as you guys can see, previous structure, it always touches this line. It always touches this area of interest. Even if it's a wick, wicked, in there, wick. You see? So I'll be waiting for price to actually come all the way up here to then get into some sells. Very nice trade here as well. A lot of potential in this trade. Kind of like it. Not like it more than Euro USD, NZD, just that it's more advanced. It's gonna get there quicker. It's already broke this area. Just need a quick retest and we're in there. Euro AUD. Insane move. Not interested in this at all, just because it has a long way to go up. Yeah, I'm good. Not interested in this. NZD JPY, another JPY trade, not really interested in this. We'll need price to come back all the way to this area to retest to then buy. As you guys can see, trading is not difficult. You just gotta be able to how to mark your areas of interest that price rejects, a lot of supply and demand areas. Need to know how to read these candles and be patient. But once you get it, people just overcomplicate trading. You don't gotta overcomplicate trading, right? Just stick to your strategy, stick to your plan, and stop adding new things. Once you're profitable and you got it, stop adding new things to your strategy. People want to, learn as they go, and they keep adding more things and more things and more things, and they're just overcomplicating their trading and then never become profitable. Just end up losing all the time. If you find something that works and it works for you and it makes you money, that's it. There's no need to keep adding things. If it's not broken, don't fix it. All right. So as you guys can see, this is the daily time frame. I mean the weekly time frame, correct? You see how price is just in this area for weeks at a time? Each of these candles is a week because we're at the weekly time frame, right? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 17, 18, 19. This is like 40 candles right here, right? This is like 40 candles right here. Right there, that's 40 candles pretty much. That's 40 weeks, all right? I am not interested in this market at all and will not be interested in this market at all until this market breaks this consolidation. All right? So price needs to break this consolidation for me to be interested in this market, all right? Once it breaks out of here, to the upside, to the downside, whatever, then we'll be looking for some entries. But as of right now, I am good off this. It needs to show me something. It just keeps bouncing off back and forth there, you know? No real money to be made there. It'll just be short moves, maybe for a scalper. I am not a scalper, so not interested. Okay, previous time frame on the AUD CAD, as you guys can see, it got to this area, broke it, gave us a quick retest to the downside. We are very, very much high up in here. Let me see. Previously, price broke above, no retest. Not interested in this trade as of right now. Let me see something. Can move price up to here. Support, resistance, resistance, resistance. Just to get that structure point in there, still in that time frame. So support, resistance, 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 support, resistance. Yeah, we'll be waiting for price to make its work back down. Not interested in this week, maybe in the future. GBP USD. Weekly is bullish. Again, I'll go over this one more time, guys. So whenever price breaks a previous structure point of a higher high, higher low if you're bullish, lower low, lower high if you're bearish. Bullish meaning that the trend is going to the upside, that the buyers are in charge of the market at that moment. Bearish meaning that the trend is to the downside, that the sellers are in control of the market at that point. So let's just do some previous structures right here, just so we could all learn something very quick. Okay. So let's go off this right here, right? Let's say this is our lowest point at the very moment right here, right? This would be our higher high and our lower low, right? So higher high, higher low. I'm sorry, let me fix this. Okay, so this would be our lower low, let's say, right? We come up here, this is our higher high. We come back down, this price right here did not break this previous price. So we are still bullish. This is still our higher point, right? Bullish. Meaning that in order for price to change its trend, it needs to break it. So price needs to break this right here for it to be bullish again, or at a higher point, or break this, right? So as you can see here, it didn't break it, here it didn't break it, here it broke it. So we went from bullish right here to bearish because it broke this previous lowest point. So now this is our lower low, this is our lower high. So now we are bearish, correct? Then up here did not break, so we are still bearish. Here still did not break, so we are still bearish, meaning this market is completely bearish still. We are still bearish to the downside. Right? Right, everybody? Do you agree? Exactly. What's this? Chris? Chris, you're absolutely right. We are not bearish. Yeah, it's a trick question. Yeah, it's a trick question. So it's actually, let me mark it this way better so we can see. So let's say this is our lower point, right? And this is our higher point, right? So this is our higher high, this is our lower low. Price right here, yeah, it did not break this area, so we are still bullish, correct? But price came all the way down here, breaking this, so this becomes our lower low at this point. So now this is our lower low, and then the structure before that becomes the higher high, which would be right here. So this is our lower low or higher high. Now price broke above this highest point, making this now the higher high, and this the lower low. So we are now bullish. We are on the upside. Some people would call this right here an elbow maybe. You wouldn't be wrong if that's how you feel. I would not call that specifically myself an elbow. So this will be our higher high, higher low. Even if you call this your elbow, it is still higher high, higher low. We are still bullish here, meaning that the buyers are in control. So particularly here, you will be looking for a buy, correct? So our daily is bullish. Our weekly. Our daily is also bullish. This will be our higher high. This will be our lower low. We have not broke above this or below this, meaning that we are still bullish, correct? So our daily is bullish as well. Now our 4 hour is bearish. Bearish, why? This would be our higher high and this would be our lower low. We broke below this, so this is our lower low now, is our higher high. So as long as until we don't break this area right here, we are still bearish. If we decide to break below this, we'll create a new lower low, and then this will become our higher high. So then we'll have to break this area right here. So as of right now, we are bearish on the 4 hour. Weekly, daily are bullish. So for me, specifically in this trade, I'll be looking for some buys, just because the higher time frames are a stronger confirmation than the lower time frames, correct? So I'll be waiting for price, which is already doing it, is rejecting this previous structure, which it already did, to then look for some buys. And if you guys can see here, we have an inverted head and shoulders, right? We have a left head, right shoulder, right? We already broke this neckline right here. We broke the neckline of the head and shoulders, came back and retested this neckline, and currently rejecting that, which makes it a stronger confirmation that we are possibly interested in buying. So I will put my alarm here. Definitely interested in this trade. And this is a weekly inverted head and shoulders. A head and shoulders is a reversal pattern. So when it's inverted this way, it's giving you a confirmation that price is attempting to buy. If it's the other way, if price is a regular head and shoulders like this, it's telling you that price is intending to sell. That is going to break this neckline right here, break it, retest it. I'm sorry. Ah, shoot. All right, break this area, retest it to then sell. That's what it tells you. So I'll be interested in buys here. AUD USD, long gone, just like probably AUD CAD, looks about the same. Yes, sir. AUD USD, not interested in this. AUD CHF, not interested, is at its lowest point. Yes, sir. And it's having some consolidation right here, as you guys can see. I believe I had it marked here. Let me see. No, I did not. Yeah, so it's having some consolidation right here. You guys can see price is in between this area. Kind of broke out right here. I'll be interested in price coming back down to this area, retesting it to then buy. As of right now, not interested. I have enough other markets that are more favorable than this one. So not interested in this. Definitely not interested in USD CHF. Very low point. Very bearish right now. Not interested at all. Same thing, Euro CHF. Lowest point it's ever been, period. Not interested in this. We could just mark a little area of interest here just to, have some price action. Let me see. Just a little area to have, just to go off of, but we're not interested in this trade at this very moment at all. Euro JPY, same thing. Look at these, Japanese yen. I have no idea what's going on in Japan. Craziness, insane. We had marked off this lower time frame area of interest. And price did retest this and went back up and sold and bought. We didn't enter it, just like I said, not interested in it. It's just on, a market. Look at this crazy drop from GBP AUD. Wow, this has been a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 week drop, just completely to the downside. Now, when you have a strong move like this that is selling, you have to expect that price is going to buy. It has to. There's no way you're gonna have such a strong sell and there's not gonna be no type of rejection. Even if it intends to keep selling, you have to expect and count on a rejection. Has to, some kind of pullback. The sellers have to get in some kind of control before the buyers. The buyers have to get in some kind of control before the sellers end up continue to sell. Does it have the potential to keep selling? Yeah, definitely. It has a very strong move to the downside. So price could potentially work its way back up a little bit to then sell. I'm just not interested in this trade. As you guys can see here, just, strong move, retracement, and continue to sell. Strong move, had a retracement, continue to sell. Look at this crazy. Strong move, retracement to then sell. I'm just not interested in it. Just two other many markets that are, favorable in this week. That there's no point in me actually going against, this kind of strong trend on the weekly time frame, even then. So not interested in that. Let's look really quick. That's our breakout right there. Let me just look at these markets and let me organize them to what I feel like is going to happen the soonest. Okay, so I really like this right here. This is probably my favorite trade of the week. We'll just put this up here. Okay. Let's look at what we expect from the news this week. So all of our red folders this week, these are high impacting news for the week. We have a lot of USD markets here on Tuesday and Wednesday morning. GBP, USD. So USD is going to be targeted a lot this week. We don't have to worry about CHF because we have no CHF pairs that we're interested in. A lot of USD and one GBP, but it's mainly USD. So now we go back to our markets and see, look, we have one USD, 2 USD, 3 USD. So we have 3 USD pairs that we are interested in, and we have high impacting news this week, all week about USD. So that's something that I'm not very big on news, but they do sometimes take into effect in our trades. So at the very least, I don't trade with it, but I'm aware of it. So if I'm in a trade, at least if I'm in the trade at the moment, and I know that news is coming up, like I said, at 8:30 tomorrow, I'm sure to be locked in on the markets at the charts at that time, about 30 minutes before, just to see what price does, because it might give us a big win, it might go against our trend and wick us out. So there's a lot of big movement sometimes in certain news that is just like a quick wick out, It'll go quickly to the upside and then work its way back down, so you can get wicked out easily and lose a trade. And sometimes you can capitalize on it. Sometimes it could go your way and you could go wick out crazy on your way, and you might exit the trade early because you might get your 1 to 2 right away, So that's something to look at. And I believe there was a GBP, right? And there's a GBP. We have 2 GBP trades or 3 of them, 3 GBPs that we're interested in. So that's something just to take into account. This week feels not too choppy. We just do need some patience here. Everybody has to be patient. Let price do its thing. Just because it hits our alarms on the first time it doesn't mean that we gotta enter a trade right away. Let price, get used to it, show what it's gonna do, show its hand. It's almost like poker. One thing I will say is that it's not the best time to enter a trade. Like today, they say today London session, market's just open, so they're still, figuring out what they're gonna do. Not a very good time to enter a trade right away. Monday probably the earliest. Monday New York session, that's like probably the earliest. I have entered trades on Sundays, Sunday nights London, just not the the most favorable time to enter a trade. So let's just go over really quick one more time when we're looking at these trades. We want Euro USD, which is what we're interested in last week, to just give us a quick little retracement so we can get back in on this and capitalize and get some buys in here. So we'll be waiting for a little quick retracement to then buy. Euro GBP, we'll be waiting. Price is currently rejecting this. We'll want this to close out as a rejection candle, maybe even a little bit to the upside more, to then give us maybe like another daily candle rejection here to then buy. I'll be waiting for probably an extra confirmation on the daily, just because we have, you know, kind of an ugly head and shoulders here. So, you know, I just want to confirm that it's going to buy. GBP USD, we want price to already break this area, which it already did, close out just like this, give us, or maybe a little higher, then give us a quick retracement to the downside to then buy. And this is where we have our inverted head and shoulders, left head, right shoulder. I love this trade, so I'll be waiting for that exactly. I'm gonna actually put it above Euro GBP. Euro CAD, we have a nice head and shoulders here forming. As you guys can see, we have the left, the head, and right now it's creating that right shoulders on its pullback. I'll be waiting for price to come to this area. It's probably gonna give us a rejection to then sell. Now, here's something that you guys gotta take into account. We have this left head, right shoulder, right? So now you can wait. The ideal trade here is to wait for it to come up here, reject this, come down, break this neckline, right? And then below this, break this neckline. That would be the ideal trade, to then wait for a little pullback to then sell. Now, me specifically for this trade, I don't want to miss out on this trade, and I, you know, might jump in early. So I might actually get in after the retracement right here. We have a retracement right here. We are below our area of interest, so it'll be like retesting our area of interest. We have the daily EMA right here. It'll be rejecting our EMA. We're below the round psychological level right here, rejecting that as well. So that probably will be enough confirmations for me to just enter this trade right here and capitalize all the way to the downside. Now, that's what I'm probably gonna do. Doesn't mean that everybody has to do the same thing. You could be more, you know, more reserved and actually wait for the complete move. I'm probably not. NZD USD, we want price to break this area, which is almost there, break this area of interest, give us a quick retest to then sell. Probably put that above this one too. GBP NZD, we wanted price to break this area to then retest to then sell. It already, I'm sorry, I think this was about, yeah. I meant break this area, retest and then buy, not sell, I'm sorry. GBP NZD, we wanted price to break this area, now give us a quick retest to the upside to then sell. Very strong, not really engulfing candle because it's below it, but very nice bearish candle here. And as you guys can see, before this, we had another daily rejection right here. So very nice trade here. NZD CHF, my least favorite, just because it's at the lowest, like, well, not the lowest, but it's at a very lowest point. Kind of an ugly, no, not really. So yeah, just waiting for price to maybe come back down here to then buy. Not very interested, might not enter this trade at all, just because we have so many other markets here, but just something to look at, you know. Euro NZD, we'll be waiting for price to break this area, give us a quick retest to then sell. You know, these markets, not very interested in having them at the bottom low, just because they possibly could work out, but not my favorites, you know. From here up, GBP NZD up to Euro USD are my favorites for this week. Now, that is our breakdown. I would like to talk to the community right here. Is there any pairs that you guys are looking at that you guys might want me to go over, talk about? You know, look at, maybe you guys saw something that I didn't see. I'll go over them, see what I see on them. Any questions that you guys might have that I can answer right now that we're on call. This is our moment to all speak. Can I explain more in depth? What? So, Paige, explain what more in depth? Hey, I got the Patriots. They're plus 200. I don't know who would go against that. Easy money right there. Put $100, get 300 back. Worth the risk in my opinion. Taking the Patriots. Exactly. It's definitely what I would do. Oh, trick question. Did you understand it? What I meant with the higher high and the higher low? Yeah. So last week, I took a loss on Euro USD, and I took this loss just because I jumped in too early. That's pretty much what happened. What I should have done was I just didn't want to, price to leave on me. Let me show you right now. So the problem was the reason that I lost last week was because, as you guys can see here, the 4 hour was bearish, right? And we're trying to buy. So the 4 hour right here was at its lowest point right here, lower low, and the higher high would have been right here, right? So what I did is I should have waited for price to shift bullish, to break above this area, close around here, then give me a pullback to then enter, correct? I did not do that just because I felt like price was going to leave me, which it was doing right here, right? So it's called FOMO. I just jumped in on it right away, entered the trade right here, thinking it was just going to keep going. And it kind of did. It kind of went up, gave me some money on the green side, but then it just worked its way back down, and I missed it. But now, if you see here, this was the lower point at the 4 hour, right? It ended up breaking this below, and this became the lower low right here. After that, right? This became the lower low right here, and then this became the higher high right here. So then once price broke above this, as you can see, that's when it kept on buying. I just didn't wait for it. And that was, my just because I decided to jump, that was my risk. I knew what I was doing. I knew that if I didn't win this trade, I knew why it was. But I still decided to enter it just because I felt like I was, in the right direction. I just got in a little early because I wanted to capitalize on extra bucks. Maybe that's greed, whatever you want to call it. It happens to all of us. That's why I say that trading is 90% mindset. So sometimes you let the emotions get the best of you. No matter how much of a great trader you are or whatever, it's always going to happen, You just got to be able to understand it, understand the risk once you enter the trade. So when I took the L, it was okay. I knew what I was getting into. But that's why I entered the trade again. Once I saw it break above this round psychological level, because I'm like, yeah, now it's confirming to me that it's definitely going to go up. And I did, made a quick $1,000. But now this week, we already shifted, right? We already shifted above, so the 4 hours right now bullish. So as long as price doesn't break this line right here, we're still bullish. So I'll just be waiting for a little retracement just to get a better entry, right? Little retracement to then buy. That's all I'm waiting for here. And I had enough room space here too to actually put my stop loss lower to like about here. And then I would have still been golden, right? Because I just got wicked out by this part right here. It was like 5 wicks. I got wicked out with 4 wicks. 4 points. So by 4 pips, I got wicked out. So if my stop loss would have been a little bit bigger, I would have not been stopped out, would have never lost the $3,000, and I would have been up. Actually I would have broke even because I would have been right about here. So I wouldn't have lost any money, Yeah, so it's all about not rushing, just waiting for price to do its thing. Like, look, how I tell you guys all the time. This week we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 markets that I'm interested in taking trades on, right? The last 2, not my very favorite, but for sure 6 that are markets that I'm looking at, right? So if I miss one, right? Let's say Let's say we don't rush into any markets, right? We don't rush into any trades. I don't rush into this one and it just takes off on me, right? Right? Okay, I missed that one. This one takes off on me. Okay, well I missed that one. This one takes off on me. I still have 4 other ones. So there's no reason. It's not just like one market that we're looking at that we have to take this trade no matter what. Like if we don't take this trade, we're not taking no trades. No, we have 8 opportunities. You know what I'm saying? 6 highly favorable opportunities that I'm looking at. So if I miss one because price didn't do exactly what I wanted it to do, it's fine. It's good to be picky. It's good to be picky and get a trade that you're super comfortable in and that you know for a fact 95% of your mind is correct on it and that you're going to win this trade. You get me? I say 95 because it's the markets. There's still 5% or 10% that, you know, is going to do opposite thing. It could be news. It could be whatever. You know what I'm saying? A dump, whatever. So liquidity grab. So, you know, there's other things that can happen. But you got to be comfortable and confident in that trade. So let price do what you want it to do. Let it come to the level that you want it to come to. Let it give you the price action that you want it to come to. So like that you could win and, you know, be more confident in that trade. It's like, it's better to have a week that you just observe, that you don't take a trade. A lot of traders, like, you know, especially like myself, there's weeks that I don't like want to not trade. Like, you know, like I want to be able to, like, I don't know if it's like a mental thing for traders that you want to feel like you did something or like whatever, you know what I'm saying? But it's okay to have a week that you don't take a trade. If markets didn't align with you or markets didn't reach the area that you wanted to feel you comfortable, it's okay. Don't take a trade. This week you just observed. You learned this week. You analyze the markets and you learned, and it actually makes you a stronger trader that you're able to hold yourself back and not enter a trade. See what I'm saying? Because you have the willpower and the patience to not just rush into a trade just to take a trade. You know, we're not giving away free money here. The point is to make money. So if you're just rushing trades, you're just leaving it up to chance. There's no winning in that. There's no learning in that. You know, there's nothing to gain from that other than just losing money. And if you do win, hey, you got lucky, but you did it. Like, now think about it. You got lucky, you won the trade, but did you really win it, or did you just, you know, roll the dice? It's good to win trades knowing what you're doing, not to win trades just rolling the dice and you got lucky and, oh yeah, I'm a good trader. No, that's not what it is. It's always consistency over the excitement. Forget the excitement of entering a trade. Get the consistency. Follow your plans, follow your strategy, follow your rules. Important. Any other questions? I hope that answered your question. All right, if we got no other questions, just one more thing. Like I said, guys, this video is recorded. I will be posting it in my YouTube. All of y'all show some love. Subscribe to my YouTube. Trying to build it up. You know, I'm just started this trading journey, teaching wise. So I love all the support. We have like 92 members, 91 members in the Discord right now, in like 2.5 weeks or something like that. Once we get to 100 members, I will be doing a giveaway, some money, maybe like 50, 100 bucks, nothing too crazy. But I want to do it like at the 100 mark. Then I want to do it at the maybe 500 mark, then 1,000 mark. You know, I'll be doing, and you know, the giveaways will start getting bigger and bigger. Appreciate that for putting my link on there. Everybody subscribe, show me some love. So yeah, one thing that I could just be big on, guys, is discipline. Put in the work. Stay consistent with your rules and your strategy, and there's no way that you're not gonna succeed. You can't deny it. You know what I'm saying? So let's let price do his thing this week. We are gonna react off price. We are not gonna predict. We're gonna react off price, and then we're just gonna enter trades and ride those profit waves. Appreciate y'all. See you guys throughout the week.